The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. It's like a stone thrown in the river, and it ripples out as it gets washed down. Well, good evening, everyone. So you've come to talk with your boy Twitch yet again. It's been a few weeks since we last spoke. And in this period of time, there were some changes going on in the city. Seems Miss Jackie was seen talking to Tyrus. Jackie. I wonder if she likes that I call her Jackie. I suspect she would rather I call her Mr. Rond. But Jackie was seen speaking to Tyrus. I don't know what they spoke about, but I do know Tyrus was not happy during this discussion. Though then again, I don't think she cared. Little Miss Destiny was seen once again with the Lady of the Night. But in this case, she happened to have removed her manager. Well, let's just call it what it is. She killed her pimp. And then I happened to notice that one Martin had slipped into her haven. I wonder what kind of surprise it was having him waiting for her when she came home. Interesting. We are also down a kindred now in this city. It seems Mr. Gino Manatelli finally met his fate due to some spotting by one Templar Cade and the assistance of Damien and Alexa. Now, I happen to know a few things about Damien and Alexa, and for all the people who claim a Malkavian can't be Scourge, you're seeing a combination that is hard to beat. Mr. Roscoe, it seems, was summoned to see the prince along with his entire coterie. When they arrived there, imagine their surprise when they found out it was not just the prince, but the entire Primogen Council. A friend of his has come to town, one Samuel Grant. Now, what to make of Samuel Grant, I do not know, though I will say I have seen him before in other cities. D.C., New York, places such as that. So we have hopes that he'll manage to fit in. Of course, if he doesn't, I'll be here to tell you the stories about that. And as they were leaving this particular meeting, it seems when Jason Newberry decided to attempt to play with the mind of the daughter of Malkav. Not the best choices. He failed in his attempt, but she was not happy. Now, I happen to know something about that daughter of Malkav. You can feel it if you understand the way our kind operate. There's a shift. There's another one powerful in the city now with me. Powerful in the little strands that connect us all, that link those of us who share Malkav's curse. And in the case of this particular one, you might say I'm quite familiar with them. I think Mr. Newberry has got bad times ahead of him. Because the one they call Dolly does not negotiate, does not bargain, just does. It's always been rather fascinating. But I think you've tarried here long enough. This is your boy Twitch. We will speak soon, one way or another. And as it ripples, it changes things, and things shift, and they're not what they were. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark Memoriams. Tonight, we're going to be showing you 3 scenes that are events from the past of the coterie that are living currently in Windy City. And these are events that shaped who and what they are. Now, for those that have not seen a memoriam before, a memoriam is really a trip down memory lane. Because, honestly, a vampire who remembered every detail of their past would soon go mad as incident piled upon incident, and it crowded out their present in a lightning-riven fog of the past. Aside from a few special events, the details of decades and centuries ago will start to fade. Now, because the vampire mind is a fragile thing, influenced not only by the curse of their blood, but the deprivations of their own beast, many find that their memories become subtly shaped in ways which combine both past and the present. In the case of these particular kindred, you're going to see important people from their past appearing in both voice and appearance as people from their present. Now, in some cases, these alterations are purely incidental. But in others, there's a sort of twisted logic in these kind of replacements. So I ask you to sit back and prepare to have a peek into some of the events that have shaped the characters into the kindred that you now see in Chicago. Good evening. For this memoriam, we're going back to the year 1999, when Marcus Vitel was Prince of D.C. Though he'd claimed to be Ventrue for so long, turns out he'd been a Lasombra the entire time. And not just a Lasombra, but a Lasombra gathering weapons of mass destruction, which caused a bit of concern for members of the tower. And as in all things, the honor of the clan is important. Ventrue will not allow someone to claim to be of the clan, especially not a Lasombra, for decades, and not allow that to be gone unpunished. So for this particular scene, we are at a meeting of Justicars and Archons who have been dispatched to deal with Vitel, to make sure that he is no longer in the realm of the Kindred Society, at least. And for this, of course, I am your storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
I'm unconscious celestial or core. I usually play Regent Helena Taylor, Sire Tarasco, and I will be appearing as Frankie.
I am the Lifesaber, also known as Mandy. I typically play Destiny Star Jones, and in this Memoriam, I will be Archon Baldur.
I'm Lady Merowith, and I typically play Eleanor Thurston, but in this Memoriam, I will be playing Archon Lydia.
I am Peter, also known as Astral Aberration on Twitch and Discord. For this scene, I will be playing Nolan Wilhelm, who you have seen in Windy City by Night as Philip Carson.
Hello, I am Mickey Bear. I normally play Samuel Grant, and this evening I will be playing Jan Pietzun. Justicar, Ventru, one each.
And I am Plaguewind. You've seen me as Duncan McTavish, the Anarch Boogeyman. Tonight I'll be playing a ghoul named Anton, Justicar Jan's bodyguard.
I'm Gavin, and I typically play Marcade of Clan La Sombra in Windy City After Dark. Tonight I am playing Archon Theo Bell of Clan Bruja.
I'm Miriam, and I usually play Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere. Tonight, I'll be playing Archon Christoph Bromiold, Bruja Archon.
And quite a well-known and noted assemblage here. This group is meeting in an abandoned building, one that has been secured by members of their retinue just outside of D.C. Of course, not in the city itself, due to the danger of tipping off Vitel. And I will turn the scene over to this noble body, Justicars and Archons.
Theo is looking out of the window, basically looking up and down the block as he's waiting for everybody to settle in. He has his favorite sawed-off shotgun in hand. And he's doing a head count of everyone who should be here to make sure that everyone who's here should be here.
They appear to all be here now.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome to this wonderful assemblage. I hope this evening finds you all well and merry. However, I'm afraid, as you all well know, we have business to attend to. Business.
By business, it means we're about to bust a cap in someone's ass. If anybody here didn't know that, you fucking know now.
Just so. Thank you, Mr. Bell. Thank you. Now, we have this individual who is claimed to be of my clan. And as we know, this cannot be allowed to stand. He has coveted the power of my lineage. And this covetousness has led him to seeking weapons to deal with some ancient myth out of antiquity that, as we all know as loyal members of the Tower, is absolute tosh. Now, are all of you girded for battle? And are all of you ready to face what this night might bring?
Is what I live for.
Ready as any other day.
Think any of us would show up here not prepared?
Without hesitation.
We're here, aren't we?
Wunderbar. Now, Master Bell, as the most tactically minded individual amongst us, perhaps you would like to lay out a plan of attack to deal with this La Sombra that is currently in our midst. Excuse me, English is a second language.
All right. We're going to keep it simple, just so that we all know who we're after. It's Marcus Vitel, the Prince of Washington, D.C. So,
Prince, not Prince.
but I have some intel on where he might be. So, what we're going to do, I will engage. Christoph will be at my flank. Baldur, you and Lydia as well. We're going to engage him straight out. Everybody else is going to fan out. One, cut off his routes of escape. Then we're also going to make sure that we don't have any unlucky passerby show up at the Lincoln Memorial while we're there. We get in, we hit him with everything we got as hard and quick as possible. Bright light fucks them up. So we've got a few of them. Mr. Pietro Zoom was able to procure a few of them for us. We hit them with those. We hit them with everything we have. This is not a time to hold back. If you are squeamish about hitting somebody, just tell yourself he deserves it and hit him again and again. We hit him and we hit him and we hit him until he doesn't get up.
We will crush him.
Smoke his ass like a pack of cools.
Does everyone have their affairs in order?
As well as can be.
Yeah, this shit could get you killed. So I need everybody to know that now. A lot of us, maybe all of us, aren't walking away from this. The goal is to make sure he doesn't either.
Do we know how many of his retainers we can expect, Archon Bell?
There's a small group he travels with, but he's known to have upwards of 20. Fortunately, they don't hold up well once they grease real well. You pop them one. So get him down, get back on Vitel. I'll be up front trying to hold his attention. So just get in and help as soon as you can.
And may I ask, beyond the powers of his clan, what can we expect? Might we expect a few unexpected surprises?
Well, his sheriff is Gino Manatelli, and from what I understand, Manatelli, tough guy. Hit him, get him down as quickly as possible. He's gonna do whatever he can to protect his boss, most likely. As soon as Vitel goes down, he knows it's his ass. So sooner he's out of commission, sooner that we can get back to focusing on him.
Traitor to his clan.
Just so.
I'll let you guys all handle that.
Just so. Anton, my darling.
Yes.
When we send out a team to organize shining some of those delicious little spotlights you have on that wonderfully phallic effigy at the mall, and get them shining in the right direction.
We're already on it. You see Anton
Fantastic.
steps back on a cell phone.
And you all come with your assorted gifts, your assorted disciplines. But the question was asked, is everyone's affairs in order?
In as much as they can be.
I got nowhere to be.
Definitely.
I have someone with whom I must meet before we engage in this endeavor.
Well, all right, Archon, handle that as quickly as possible. We got a limited window. I do not want to miss it, even by a moment. Otherwise, he can either slip through our fingers, or he's gonna hold himself up somewhere we can't get to him. We cannot let that happen.
I will be as swift as possible.
Just to reinforce the stakes, he wishes to rain nuclear fire down upon the world. We've all seen what this can do. We all know that this cannot be allowed to happen. This is not acceptable. Remember, though some of us may fall, the greater share of glory will be shared betwixt the survivors. So go forth into the breach with courage in your hearts and a song on your lips.
Also, watch out for his childhood. They sometimes go by the moniker of the Black Sisters. It's anywhere from 1 to 3 of them at a time. He's known to be in the company of a couple of them. If they present themselves, drop them too. Do not hold back. Get them out of there. Get back to him. They will try to put themselves between you and him. So, yeah, don't let Vitel call any other reinforcements.
At this point, Anton will step back up near Jan and says, "Boss, all lights are set. Squad's fully armed. We're just waiting now."
Archon Wilhelm, you have 20 minutes. Attend to your affairs and meet us at the rally point at the end of the reflecting pool at the end of the mall. Yeah?
I will be there.
Very well. Let us disperse, gird yourselves, and assemble at the rally point.
And as this group of Archons and Justicars breaks, knowing the dangers that they're about to face, Nolan has somebody he has to speak with before this occurs. For this scene, I will be playing the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber. On Twitch chat, also known as Relindair. I typically play Jacqueline Durand in Windy City After Dark. But tonight I am playing Colette Laurent, who was the woman that later became Jacqueline Durand.
And in this scene here, occurs shortly after the meeting you just watched, where Archon Nolan goes to meet with someone very important to him in the city, Colette. And I believe this was at Colette's Haven, which is in Old Town Alexandria, which is outside of D.C., but considered part of the D.C. court. And I turn this scene over to Nolan and Colette.
You have returned. How was your meeting?
It was as informative as I expected it to be. The duty that lies ahead is fraught with danger, and I don't know if I will return.
Oh, that is unacceptable. You will return to me. I never ask you for anything and I never make demands, Nolan. But this I will demand.
If it is in my power to return to you, I will. I will fight to the very last of my strength. And then, if I falter, I will summon up more.
That is all I would ever ask of you.
But Vitel...
Oh, he must go. He must go.
He is a monster, even in compared to the majority of our kind, our kindred. And he must go. His plans are They spell disaster for our kind and our food.
I will have Etienne gather what I need and take me to the airport. I will go back to New Orleans. Find me there.
I will return to you.
Very well.
I must. And Nolan will reach out to Jackie and
Colette.
kind of Colette. Thank you.
Mhm.
And put his hands on her shoulders and draw her close.
And she will hug him very tightly. Do come back. I mean it.
I intend to. Vitel be damned.
Thank you. And she kisses you passionately.
And he will return the kiss.
And she goes to find Etienne. She knows you need to leave.
And as Nolan departs for the night, anyone who has an idea of history knows what happened in this particular night. Vitel was defeated. He was removed. But at great cost. Of those who attacked him, half never stepped out of that building. All of them came out maimed and injured, which took many nights for the kindred to heal. But such is what happens when you take on an Elder Lasombra. And this is where we end this memoriam. Please join us for the rest of the memoriams. Welcome. For this memoriam, the year is actually 1999. The events that you're about to see were from Jackie's point of view, shortly after the fall of Marcus Vitel. For this scene, of course, I am your storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
I am Astral Aberration on Twitch and on Discord. And I will be playing Nolan Wilhelm, who is now known as Philip Coston.
Hello, I am the Ivy Raven in Twitch and Ivy Raven on Discord. I play Abigail Rawl, childer of Jacqueline Durand. But tonight, I will be playing as Justicar Maris Streck.
Hello, I'm Relendare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat and on Discord. And I play Jacqueline Durand in Windy City After Dark. But tonight, I'm playing the same individual, only she is known as her birth name, Colette Laurent.
Now to set this scene, Jackie, then Colette, is at her haven down in New Orleans. It's been a quiet night. Court of New Orleans, while busy, isn't as busy at this time of year as it normally would be. So what is Colette doing this night in her haven?
She has just gotten back from a meeting with the woman who is running her escort agency in New Orleans and has basically settled in for the evening. She lives in an antebellum mansion that has been, of course, kept up and modernized, filled with French antiques. And it is very luxurious and comfortable.
And while you're lounging and enjoying after following up with the one who ran your escort service, there is a knock at the door. Etienne looks over. Ma'am, would you like me to get the door?
I'm not expecting anyone, but please.
Yes, ma'am. And he goes over to the door He's not gone long. And he comes back in escorting someone. It's rather unexpected because you expected him to at least tell you who it was before escorting them in the room. But in this case, apparently it's important because the individual he with, you recognize. It is a ghoul you know.
Jacob. What is it?
Hey, Colette, I'm having trouble with... Nolan was hurt. And I know he's going to be upset if he finds I've lost my composure, but Nolan is hurt. He won't wake up.
You have him?
Yes.
Etienne, go help him bring him in. Take him to my room.
And Etienne looks over. Yes, ma'am. And they go down to a car. It's a rather nondescript car. And unfortunately, they take Nolan out of the trunk. The only safe way to transport the kind of distance.
Etienne would have had him pulled it into the garage.
They pull him out of the trunk. They bring him into the room. The man you see laid on the bed before you. Now you recognize it is Nolan, but his injuries are horrible. He has been hacked at with a sword of some kind. He has had, his leg is shriveled to the point you're not quite sure it's fully a leg anymore. And there's a tone to him that makes him almost look like a dead statue as he lays there. And Jacob looks over. Colette,
How long has he been like this?
About 3 days. That's how long it took me to get here, to get out of D.C. and get down here. He came back. I don't know how he even got back to our hotel room.
Because I told him to do everything in his power to return to me.
Because he came in and he collapsed, just like you see him. And he hasn't moved since. Now, I knew enough that he should, if he was dead, he would...
Yes, he is not. He is in a state that, well, we call it torpor. He is unconscious, unaware, severely injured, but still can be revived.
He told me bring him here if something happened, if he came back too injured to take care of himself, so...
Thank you, you did well. Etienne, show him to the guest room. He is exhausted. Let him rest, and then come back to me.
Etienne, the normally very serious and controlled ghoul, has a very concerned look on his face because Etienne actually was Nolan's ghoul before he was yours. And he says, come on, Jacob, follow me. I'll take you where you can get a shower, get changed, get clean clothes, get some food in you. You don't look like you've eaten for days. And he walks him out. And it's about 7 or 8 minutes before Etienne comes wandering back in.
Good. I want you to go. Get the first flight you can to London.
Ma'am?
Tell the Queen her grandchild humbly requests her assistance. He needs his Justica.
He looks at Nolan, he looks at you. You sure you're going to be okay, ma'am, with...
Jacob will watch over me, I'm certain. He just needs his rest. I will watch over Nolan.
Okay, I can do that. I'll get the first flight I can.
Thank you.
And he scurries, of all things, from the room to try to get this arranged. Doesn't take him long. By morning, he's on the flight. So, as you stand over Nolan...
No, I'm sitting. I've pulled a chair beside the bed, and I am sitting, holding his hand gently, if it is injured.
His left hand is not.
I'm holding that then. And I have blood tears streaming down my face, because I know I can't wake him.
In all your time as a kindred, you've never seen a kindred take this much abuse and still be alive, be undead.
Love, you. How on earth did you survive this? I'm grateful you did.
It takes 3 days before Etienne comes back.
I do not leave his side during those 3 days.
And Etienne, upon his return, ma'am, I passed your message.
Good.
She said she would pass the message.
Thank you.
And to expect a visitor.
Perfect.
Takes about a week before you have yet another unannounced knock at the door. And in this time, Nolan has not woken. He has not moved. He has done nothing but lay there injured, not even healed.
I have occasionally taken shifts with the ghouls, watching him to take care of my own needs.
And Jacob is taken to sleeping beside the bed on the floor when he's not awake.
It is fine.
And about a week later is when there's a knock at the door.
Etienne, please go get it.
Yes, ma'am. And he opens the door. Now, when he opens the door, how does the individual at the other end of the door react? You have met this particular ghoul. Etienne was Nolan's. Back when Nolan became an Archon. You know this particular ghoul.
Well met, Etienne. I have been summoned here, so please show me to our friend.
Madame Shrek. Thank you. And he takes you in and shuts the door right behind you and leads you back to a back bedroom where you see your Archon. Horribly injured.
Justicar Strack, thank you so much for coming so quickly. And she curtsies.
And Etienne nods. And he kind of nudges Jacob and says, come on, Jacob, get out. We must leave them. Jacob gets a concerned look because this is one you haven't met yet. It's a newer member of his retinue. And they leave the room, leaving a Justicar, Colette, and a torpid Nolan.
He has been in this state for at least a week and 6 days.
Well, he did well to survive this long. As the Justicar moves over towards the bed, she's looking over Nolan's body. He fared better than others, but I think we can bring him back from this.
Thank you. Would you like privacy?
No need. You are highly regarded by our dear Nolan here, Miss Laurent. So, give me just a minute, and the Justicar kind of pulls over a chair, and she kind of scrapes down into her palm and wills the blood up, and she just kind of sets her hand over over Nolan's mouth. Just let it trickle down in.
And even at Nolan's age, the potency of Justicar Maris Streck's blood is enough to wake him early from his slumber. And as Nolan begins to come to consciousness, the first thing you feel, Nolan, is the pain.
Justicar Streck is going to kind of gently run her fingers through some of Nolan's hair. Shh, Nolan, drink what you need, but be acted in a way becoming of an Archon.
And holding Streck's hand, he'll slowly pull it away from his mouth. He looks as if he's trying to resist an urge to keep drinking. And he will let Streck's hand go.
As he lets her hand go, she's going to pull it back and she's going to lick her palm. Well done, my dear Archon. Well done. I am glad to see you survived even in this sorry state.
Strike.
Nolan.
We succeeded.
Oh, yes, I've heard that Vitel is no more, so the losses were immeasurable, which is why I am so happy to see you are still counted among the undead.
I saw so many fall before it was too much for me. But
At this conversation, Jackie will silently exit the room so they can talk business, because this is above her pay grade.
Okay. And Nolan, who's still in pain and isn't fully aware, doesn't even realize that Colette was in the room at the time yet. She slips from the room before he can notice, allowing an Archon and their Justicar to speak.
Nolan is grinding his teeth in pain.
I believe your child will help you on your road to rehabilitation, my dear Nolan. But like I said, I am very, very pleased to see you are still alive.
Colette, is she here?
Yes,
Where?
yes. Your former man, Etienne, he was sent to summon me here, so would you I mean, I can go get your dear child if you so desire, Nolan.
Soon. There will be time for that.
Yes, there will be. Do you require anything else of me?
How many of Vitel's retainers survived?
You know, Nolan, that is a number I do not know at this time. We are still sifting through the ashes, trying to figure out who has scampered back into the shadows and who has made it on to another night. So, or perhaps have passed on to whatever lies beyond this. It is hard to say. We may never know, but the damage was severe. We lost many, many, many good men and women loyal to the Camarilla. Though I have heard reports that Theo Bell made it out, but Theo Bell is one who reported to us that Vitel fell. So the tower appreciates his service in this matter and reporting these things to us. It's a shame you couldn't be there to bask in the glory and exalt my name as well, but you, the Justicar looks over Nolan's body. You did well enough, Nolan. Considering the state you're in now, I'm sure you probably took out scores of them.
I took my fair share.
Most excellent. That's exactly what I expect of you, Nolan.
To serve the tower is my duty.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. But we all serve the same master, and in doing so, we exalt the same master. I will make sure your deeds are known to those that may question your, well, no. To make sure they do not feel that I was lacking in my service in this operation.
Thank you. for raising me.
Oh, of course. But Nolan, you survived. This is your gift. You get to fight another night.
So shall I do, for as long as I remain living.
All we can hope for. You are going to be a mess for a while, Nolan. I will make sure your loving child sees to your care in my stead, as I will have to be leaving here soon. She kind of puts her hand out. Do you need another sip, or are you good for now?
To be anything other than oblivious to the world is enough.
Fair enough. Have it your own way, Nolan. At that, the Justicar will stand up from the chair.
As you leave the room, you find on the other side of the door Etienne standing near the front door, as if he's watching guard. Jacob keeps staring at the door you're coming from, but he's not approached it, as if worried to get too close to it to hear something that will make him less viable. And where was Colette waiting?
She was standing next to Jacob, basically making sure that she was not within earshot of the room.
As the Justicar steps out into this hall or room, whatever it is.
Colette will step forward towards you.
You have all acted remarkably well, considering the situation. It is to be commended.
Thank you, Justicar.
Oh, you are welcome, young one. I am glad to see that Nolan chose such a fine child as you.
You flatter me.
Well, if you had thrown your sire to the wolves or something else had happened to him, I wouldn't have such high praise for you. So it is not so much flattery as it is fact. You did right in this situation.
Thank you. I knew there was no one else I could trust.
Of course. Nolan will recover. It will take time. His injuries are severe, but he is awake. You can see him if you wish, but I will say, because of what you've done here, I'm always in need of individuals who make the right decisions at the right times, Miss Laurent.
I am pleased to be of service to you, Justicar.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Etienne, your service was well done, and she will look at the other unnamed ghoul. And you, I do not know you, but whatever part you played, thank you.
This is Jacob, Nolan's personal retainer.
And Etienne bows his head, and Jacob he bows his head as well, and he's got a control, but he's shaking in a lot of ways. He's you don't know if it's from worry, from stress, from adrenaline, but he's not quite as controlled as Etienne is. Ma'am, thank you.
You are welcome, Mr. Jacob. Thank you for your service to me via what you've done for my dear Nolan. It would have been a shame to have lost him.
Indeed. I am happy to provide service for you, Justicar. I would only ask one boon in return.
Of course, Miss Laurent. I would be happy to do a favor for you. After all, you made sure that my Nolan could come back to me, so...
Thank you. I would request access to a proficient cobbler so that I may provide services to you better.
Of course. Proficient would not be well enough, though I will make sure to find you a cobbler who has the skills necessary of someone who will be taking the position that you will be taking.
Thank you. You are kind and just.
No. I am merely a humble servant of our ivory tower.
Aren't we all?
Of course. It is the best we can hope for. She's going to...
Oh, go, please, finish.
Oh, I was just going to say, the Justicar is going to start heading towards the door.
And Etienne, who's by the door, waits till you get close and opens it at the very last minute so as to not reveal any words being said to anyone outside of the immediate room.
As she gets to the door, she will turn around and look back at everybody. I will make sure my cobbler gets in contact with you, Miss Laurent. And...
Thank you, Justica Streck.
Of course. And I will make sure you are all appropriately compensated for your part in this. It is very important to me that Nolan's efforts be exalted within our tower. So I want to make sure those who have supported him see the same level of fame, as it were.
It is much appreciated. Be well and safe travels.
To you too.
And as you go to step out the room, Etienne bows once more. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course, Etienne. Continue to be of service to whoever you find to be holding your leash. Oh, I'm sorry, Etienne. That was very mean of me to say to somebody of your skills, but you know your position, and I am appreciative of you and understand your position.
I made my choice long ago, ma'am.
Didn't we all? The Justicar will kind of do this very bowing down curtsy kind of thing, and she will turn back towards the door and exit.
And Etienne closes the door behind you. And Jacob goes to move towards the room where Nolan is sleeping, but Etienne quickly moves to intercept him and just holds a hand on him and says, Colette goes first.
And I walk in and close the door behind me. I drop all composure. I rush to the bedside. Nolan. Oh, darling.
That.
Jacob did well.
Best.
You did magnificent, darling. You are always magnificent.
The pain is great.
I know. You heal? I know you are in no condition to do your normal hunting. I will avail myself to you while you heal.
Nolan will reach out a hand for Colette and try to take her hand.
And I will let him take my hand.
He will bring it close to his chest, raise it slightly and kiss it, and then draw it back to his chest again.
And she will take her other hand and gently stroke his hair. Darling, I will take care of you. Always.
As I know you will.
Try to heal some. Did you get enough from the Justica?
Just enough.
If you need more, take it from me. Make sure you are safe to heal.
And with that, Nolan will take Colette's hand and raise her wrist at his lips, and he will bite. And after a little while, he will draw her hand down again and try to heal some of the damage.
And she will still hold his hand while he does so.
And as the memory seat begins to fade and the scene closes in Colette, now Jackie's mind, it's all a memory of the night that Vitel fell and the price that was paid to remove him. Of the Justicars and Archons who attacked, not many walked away. All came away wounded. And in Jackie's case, a tragic event led to a shift in what she became. Because out of this horrible event, she forged a link with the Justicar to become an informant. That to this day, Jackie still performs, though the Justicar that recruited her is long since gone. And I would like to thank the players of this particular memoriam, and of course the viewers. And thank you. Enjoy the rest of the memoriams, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
For this memoriam, we're going all the way back to 2005. And this is a memory Eleanor's had of events in her past that in a lot of ways shaped who she is now, because it was another time she had strong visions. Might even be one of her Jonah moments, as she had told her sire when they met. And of course, in this scene, I am Shanky McStabber, the storyteller.
I'm unconscious celestial or Corey, and I'm going to be a random kindred.
Member of the court.
Hello, I am Ivy Raven. I will be playing Theodora, the just random courtesan.
I'm Gavin, and I usually play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra. Tonight I am playing Thierry Devereaux, one of the Harpies of Clan Toreador.
I'm Lady Merowith, and I play Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian, and here in New Orleans, she goes by the name Evangeline, or Evie.
I'm Rylandare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat and Discord, and I play Jacqueline Duran in Windy City After Dark of Clan Ventru, and actually at this point in 2005, she was known as Jacqueline or Jackie Durand in New Orleans.
I'm Mickey Bear. I usually play Samuel Grant in Windy City After Dark. Tonight, I'm going to be playing the part of Tom Owens, a shithead member of the court.
I am the Lifesaber, also known as Mandy. I typically play Destiny Star Jones. And tonight, I will be playing Belle, a member of the court.
I'm Miriam. I usually play Roscoe Akers, but tonight I'm just playing Jeffrey, member of the court.
And to set this particular scene for poor Eleanor, is a gathering in Elysium. It's court night where all the kindred in New Orleans are in attendance. And Eleanor, Evie, back then, has had a problem with some visions. And we're going to pick up while she's in this particular Elysium, attempting to convince the court of her visions and probably explaining what her visions are. I turn this to this noble assemblage of kindred.
Please listen to me. I have seen a great danger. Out on the ocean, the gods of the sea and the gods of the skies, they have wrought a daughter to send against us here on the shores, Louisiana. She is coming, single-minded destroyer, with rising floodwaters, and there will be fire and final death for anyone who stays in this city. Please.
Is anyone going to put her out of her misery?
No, please listen.
Someone please get this girl some calm down.
Yeah, who she thinks she's a seer or something? Come on. No one can see that.
Please,
What is it exactly you are trying to tell us, dear Evangeline? Because as it stands right now, you are raving as one moon mad.
I am telling you, there is a storm on the way here. It's coming, the biggest that we have seen ever on these shores in recorded memory. It's coming, and it will kill all of you. Final death. Final death.
Good thing we transcend recorded memory there.
Is this like the last big storm and the one before that? All you have to do is just find a place to hole up.
No.
Spend a couple of nights boarding it up. You'll be fine.
No, between the sea and the river, everyone will die. You will be drowned, you'll be sunk, you'll be burned.
I don't breathe, dear child. How exactly am I supposed to drown? And if there's going to be water, that sort of precludes fire, doesn't it?
Maybe I should get some garment bags for my suits.
Do you not value your own lives?
Of course
Yes,
we
of
value
course
our
we
own
do.
lives.
What we do not value is the ramblings of an insane cow who is clearly given in to the curse of her blood.
Every rose need a little bit of water, so I'm good.
We'll be fine.
Where did you receive this vision? Did you go out into the bayou and gut a pig and finger around in its innards or something? I mean, come on, this is tripe. Like, came out of that pig you probably gutted.
No,
What gives you the idea that you're seeing what's to come? Have you ever had such a vision before?
Yes, I've
Did it
had
come
many
true?
such. Yes, that have come true. The Great Wars, they came true.
Then why didn't you tell us about them?
In my lifetime, there have been great wars that have marked every century, and I'm here to tell you, darling, that they have never been the downfall of our society. Indeed, they have done nothing more than bolster our numbers.
There will always be war. There will always be storms. And there will always be Malkavians spouting craziness.
I mean, I know a stopwatch is right twice a day, but this one might be a little broke, completely broke.
New Orleans has held up to the worst storms imaginable, blah, 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 blah. What she is saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying there's going to be some sort of biblical flood. At which point, we all become antediluvians, so yay.
Should we go build an ark?
Don't encourage her with that bullshit. Okay? Only crazy people rave about the A word.
Forgive me.
No offense.
Forgive me, Master Devereaux. Forgive me. I merely attempt jest. I should know better. However, this one is clearly the joke. If you have nothing pertinent or meaningful to say, then I beg you, save us all your pedantic ravings and just shut up.
Wouldn't hurt you to just leave the city for a few weeks, and then you would see that I am right.
It wouldn't hurt. What happens when a kindred leaves their domain?
I'd step in and take it.
It's a ploy.
I think it is, dear Annabelle. I think it is. Are you trying to usurp us, Evangeline? Is that your intent?
It's a good ploy if it is.
I'm only trying to save your own lives.
Oh, you're just so kind. Like, you're just looking out for all of us. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I think we found the world's only altruistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Only altruistic kindred at that.
Yes.
Yeah. If Mr. Owens over here were to leave the city for a couple weeks, you can guarantee that any of us in this Elysium would take his spot gladly and free him of his property and his people and his herds and his accessories.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what?
run away from our homes in the face of water? Are you
And you know
Indeed.
what? I
Have-
would not even be mad because it was my own fault for falling prey to the ramblings of a mad woman.
Mhm.
And have you discussed this with the prince for him to give us leave to leave our domains in the city? I mean,
Well, the prince does not listen.
If the prince isn't the city, then who is? Because it's not you.
So you told the prince, and the prince wrote you off like the stopped watch that you are, and now you're trying to what? Scare the rest of us like we don't talk or something? Is that how this works? I don't know how y'all do it where you're from. It's not how it goes here in the Big Easy.
You presume to come here warning us of some sort of deluge.
I think she said it was the daughter of some gods. Isn't that what you said?
Is what I said.
And you should well know, child of Malkav, that we are the only gods in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then if you are gods, I wish you well when the waters rise.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you.
Now I want to see what she say next month when she come back and we're all still here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Maybe I should get into the pig business and I can start doing what she does.
All right, come on, y'all. Salon's about to start in 20 minutes. We can do something to get this unpleasantness out of our...
Master Devereaux, I have acquired for you some lovely vintages that I think you will just find.
And as Eleanor moves away from the crowd, she's not been given leave to leave the Elysium. The event is not over. She gets approached by one.
Jackie approaches Evie.
And I'm going to turn this over to...
I heard you.
Have you come to laugh at me too?
Of course not. I didn't laugh at you in there either.
No, you didn't. I was the only one. Will you hear me?
Yes.
I have seen it. It is a true vision. The storm that's coming. Her name is Katrina. She's coming and she's going to flood the city, break the levees. And parts of the city will be afire and it'll be flooded. And if you do not leave, you will die. Please.
I hear you, and I believe you.
You believe me?
My name is Jacqueline Duran.
Jacqueline. It's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Creole?
French.
French. Française.
Oui.
I'm Evie. No. That's just the name that I use here.
That's okay. You can only tell me that. You do not barely know me yet.
Well,
Evie, it is a beautiful name.
Thank you. Short for Evangeline.
Even lovelier. I will take your advice, but are you leaving as well?
Yes.
Do you know where you will go?
No. I hardly know where I go, and I know the passage out of the city is dangerous and difficult.
I can help.
Would you?
Yes. Come with me. I know where to go, and I know how to get there.
Yes, I will go with you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Come, find me here, and I hand her a card that has my address on it. When you are ready to leave, find me there.
I will. It should not take me long to prepare.
Fine, and you may stay until I am ready to go. It will take me a little bit longer. How long do we have?
Perhaps.
Do you know?
I don't know for certain. It could be a month. It could be only a couple of weeks.
We will be long gone by then.
Good. I'm glad at least one person has listened and will heed and leave the city before all is left in ruin.
The rest of them are fools. They do not know when to listen to the truth.
It is the truth.
I know it is, Evie. We will survive this, as we have survived things before.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Jacqueline.
You are welcome.
And a friendship formed. Not long after this particular memory of Eleanor's, Katrina hit New Orleans, and its landfall was devastating to kindred and kind alike. Kindred society lost a lot of members. Many perished. Many more than needed to, had they listened to one who had visions. And it seems Eleanor's beast plays a cruel game this night, because most of the taunters are those she calls friend. But the true friend was not the one doing the taunting. And I'd like to thank all the members of this particular memoriam. And please enjoy the rest of these memoriams as we go forward. First of all, I'd like to thank the viewers and all of the players and the guest players who've come in to help us put these together. Tonight you saw the first 3 out of 6 memoriams that we're going to be visiting. Now, join us next week, of course, at 5 p.m. Eastern to catch the other 3 so you can see another glimpse into the character's past. Of course, if you like what we're doing, please give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe. If you watch us on YouTube, please look right over here. Hit the subscribe. It's free on YouTube. You know, tell your friends, tell your family. Whoever enjoys this kind of content, tell them about us. We'd love to have them join us in chat on one of these episodes. Please check out over here. We have a list of friends. These are the, other channels that we like to help promote. They put on good content. Please check them out when you get a chance if you want to. And of course, for those that don't know, we have Windy City merch. We'll be having new merch for season 3, of course, to reflect the changes that you've seen in the coterie. Now, if you'd like to join us on a Discord, we have an amazing community of people over there. We cast our shows from there. So right over here in chat, there's going to be a link appearing to our Discord. So pop over there, say hi to everybody. Give us any feedback you have on what we're doing. This week for content, we have nothing on during the week, but Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be having the very first, episode 1, Call of Cthulhu, the London Esoteric Society. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern, done by Tiss, right here on McStabber Studios. And then Sunday, again, 5 p.m. Eastern, we are back in Windy City, and we are back to do the remaining 3 memoriams. So, though we're between season, we still have some important stories that we'd like to tell. And as always, in the immortal words of Chops, please take mental health seriously. Please check in on friends, check in on families, check in on loved ones, check on those you know. Please don't assume they're okay, because as we've been finding out here lately, a lot of them aren't okay. You need to reach out to them. And if you are someone who suffers from a mental health issue, like myself and many others around here, there's nothing wrong if you need help sometimes and you need to talk to somebody. And just reach out to a friend, a professional. It doesn't matter. Please reach out to them. Talk over the issues. Get what help you can, because we can't make it alone. None of us can make it alone. And it is a tough time. And we've lost way too many people who are at least in some way connected to this community because of what's going on. So please check in on everybody. Take your mental health seriously. Over in chat, there's a whole list of support lines and numbers and things you can text to get the help you need. So please take it seriously. And I thank you all for coming to this. And I will see you next time. Good night, everybody.